What's going on, gentlemen? Today we're going to talk about why men 24 to 54 are not working. This is part of the reason that I created this channel. I was one of those guys in that situation. One of the things that you got to look at, one of the things you have to pay attention to, one of the things that you got to look at is the functionality of a man. And why are men going through these changes? Why are men opting out of the workforce? Because, I have a few theories because I've been watching this go on for a long time. And this is one of the reasons that I am very much against MGTOW. Because MGTOW fosters this image. MGTOW, I'm going to give you a scenario here. I'm going to open up the doors on why I believe this is happening, why this is a big problem, and how it's going to intensify in the future. How it's going to get worse in the future, how it's going to become more problematic. But before we get into all that, let's go ahead and pay some bills. This live stream is brought to you by Hustlers Kung Fu University, where we get more money. I suggest that you take the 50% discount and get the money management course, The Basics of Finance and Wealth Development, in 30 days to 2,500 to begin your economic climb. Part of the reason that many men have opted out is, we'll start with the white man. And essentially, this economic system was built for the white man. And it is now has turned on the white man. The system that was built for and built by and maintained by white men has completely flip-flopped. Essentially, what you have are white dudes who are losing big time, losing their jobs, getting divorced, losing their children, losing their income. They're losing, and I've been watching this for a long time. This is nothing new. This has been going on for a long time. This is one of the reasons that Donald Trump is president, because white dudes have been losing. And when they say, make America great again, make America white man great again. And it ain't coming back. We've gone too far down the pike. So this is the first group that it started with. White men started losing big time. And this set the stage for what's to come. This set the stage for many of the woes that we have. White male suicide is at an all-time high. White male opioid addiction is at an all-time high because the system changed so quick that they were unable to cope with it. They were it was just like, this happened so quick. And, we'll take the black man. See, the Asian man never really went through anything. The Asian man came over here with an entrepreneur spirit, and they figured out the American game a long time ago. It's like, oh, we create businesses, we get money, you leave us alone. We're going to adopt a Jewish blueprint. And that's what they did. So the Asian man hasn't really caught the typical white male syndrome. Now, the Asian man, unless he's a tall Asian man, Asian women really don't do that. American Asian women typically, I've seen so many Asian women that were the same height as their husband. They don't do the tall thing. I guess the third, fourth generation does that. Let's see what we got here. Trav, how they paying the bills? They living van life. They're living off the grid. I mean, I want you to understand, like YouTube, these van life videos are so popular because they provide a way for you to buy a van and not pay a lot of bills. I mean, this is one of the biggest trends on YouTube that I consistently see: how to live off the grid, how not to pay any bills, how to live that life. Joshua Simmons, we talking about men. Go ahead to Hustlers Kung Fu and get the money management course, and they'll tell you all about the 5 checking accounts. Use the money code money for 50% off. Jonah Miller, stop that. Michael D. Trav, I live in the hood in New York City, and them dudes never work, have better shoes with payless mentality. Bertha, cool lady too. I'm definitely sympathetic toward MGTOW. Terrence Post, yeah, I know, it was crazy. King Dolo, we don't use the N word around here. It's all fake news until white males start losing it. Maury Sanders, I think some of these men prey on older single mother insecurity. That's why most of them don't work. There's a lot of these dudes being kept by women. A lot of these dudes are being kept by women, and they're not on food stamps or Medicaid or welfare, because typically for a single man, that's pretty hard to get. Anthony Johnson, FB Marketplace is going dumb. I put up need cash, sell me your unwanted goods listing. Oh man, people need some cash, man. I am Nate. You're right. I've noticed that myself. Terrence Forrest Jr., thank you for the $5 super chat. I always appreciate your videos. Keep up the good work. The life and times of unconventional. Washington, D.C. tapping in. You know, this is a lot to unpack. This is a lot to put together, because I'm going to give you what happened to me and why I did not fall into the trap. First of all, I am, I guess, after the baby boomers, whatever generation that is, but I got a lot of baby boomer sensibilities. I believe in hard work, and hard work has gotten me a lot of places. This is the little wrinkle that has messed up a lot of men. You got a lot of men out here, poor men, who are working very, very hard, and it ain't getting them nowhere. That's a problem. The way the system used to be set up, if you were a man, you can find work. You can get work. You can get money. A man in a pickup truck, that was instant money. It doesn't work like that anymore. You got these guys out in the sticks living that hillbilly life, living in that double wide trailer, working 60, 70, 80 hours a week, and barely have enough money to keep the lights on. The system flipped. Thank you, Be Real. Nick Carter, how would starting a business help if it usually requires time to make money from how would starting a business help? It usually requires time to make any money from this business. Nick Carter, I'm going to get into that. Kevin Bryant, my sis makes 100K plus. Her boyfriend stays home with the kids. She said his money wasn't enough. King Dolo, you brand new around here. I suggest you go through the catalog of the 2,500 videos. You just bring your ass up here talking about where the real game. Man, I've been giving game for 10 years. You'd better recognize and address yourself accordingly. Stop begging like a little bitch talking about where the real game is. You ain't paid me a fucking dime. That's where the real game is. Hustlers Kung Fu University, bruh. Don't be coming up here talking about where the real game is. You probably one of these dudes that ain't working. Lack of goals, G. It's all a choice. Now, let me go ahead and tell you what happened. And King Dolo, you better come correct. Respect the channel. I've helped more people make more money than your ass has. So part of the situation is the system changed. And many men got caught behind the 8 ball. Many men didn't see the system changing. When I was in that boarding house, the system was changing and I got ejected from the matrix. I got pushed out. I was a regular guy working 2 jobs, had a family, paying bills. I got pushed out of that. My ex-wife went nuts. And while I was there in that boarding house, I got an esoteric education. That is what saved me. Because before I was in that boarding house, I wasn't really any different than any of you guys. I wasn't any different. I was the same. I was just out here, to me, money meant getting a job. You wanted more money? You worked more hours. You wanted more money? You got a second job or a third job. That was my mentality. But in the boarding house, my mentality changed. And what happened for me, I was in a situation where I was able to learn new game. That is very, very pivotal to you winning in the matrix. The matrix is deep, okay? And I got this esoteric education. I came across Earl Nightingale, which changed my life. So I got put in a position where I had to learn new things and I had to unlearn a lot of things. And most men were not in that situation. Most men just pretty much had the boom dropped on them. I'm going to tell you what it was like. It's like when men go to child support court. You think you're getting divorced, you think you're going to get a fair shake, and you get in there and there's this system that is against you. It's like your ex-wife's against you, your girlfriend's against you, the judge against you, the bailiff, everybody looking at you like you are garbage. And all they want is money out of you. So at this point, you begin to feel used. You begin to feel like, wait a minute, this is all they want me for? They're just trying to stick me for my paper? And then you begin to go into a state of depression because you lost your family, you lost your kids, you lost your money, and then you lose your job. And then you find that you can't get a good job to replace that job. All the jobs that were equitable to that job, you can't get. And you start this slow descent into financial hell. So this is what happened to a lot of dudes. A lot of dudes got caught in this information exchange. Women gain more rights. This is women gaining more rights is one of the biggest reasons that men have been displaced in the workforce. And the workforce has changed. It went from turn that wrench, drill that oil, and went to a knowledge-based situation. And many men were not prepared for the change. They just weren't. So they a lot, because I have seen this and I have talked about this for several years on this channel. I've said this channel is for men because there are no social programs for men. There ain't nothing out here for you if you a man, you hit hard times. If you got some good friends, okay. But other than that, there are no social programs. Like take domestic violence. Women, and every therapist, every ER, every cop knows that women are more prone to violence than men. How many violence hotline centers are there for men? 0. How many shelters are there for men? 0. Women have a higher propensity of starting some stuff, putting their hands on people, yet all of the shelters and everything are for women. BK from the Rockets, changing the person's mindset is hard all our lives. We told to go to college, get a degree, and get a good job. Only a few are raised to build their own stuff. BK, that is very true. And that's where what saved me was this esoteric knowledge. Earl Nightingale, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind, Tony Robbins, Unlimited Power. And it put this fire in me to build and create my own thing. I was done with jobs. The last time I got laid off, it was like I was a top salesman for T-Mobile, and I got hired on as a casual, and they kept people that were direct hires, and they got rid of me. And I was like, I'm doing a good job. That was probably one of the most important lessons I've ever learned in my life. Doing a good job, doing what I need to do. Politics. Politics are in everything. They got rid of me to keep someone who was hired direct. And I'm telling you, this is when I became gangster. I went home and I actually used my mind for the first time. I actually thought. I actually came up with a plan to deliver me from unto the boarding house. And it involved me not playing by the rules. Another thing I learned, once you get into business, you will learn that you don't have to play by these rules. These rules are for common folk. Collaboration, hustling, things that they tell you that's cheating in school is perfectly okay in the business world. And I learned that lesson. I went home. I was like, okay, I need more income. I need a better job. What can I do? And I went to monster.com and I found some jobs I knew I can do. I didn't have any experience, but I was smart enough to realize that they checked me out, but they never checked out my reference. I inherently knew that they never checked out my reference, and I created my own reference and I got the job. I hacked the system. And I have not looked back since. Most men are trying to play the game by the rules which are stacked against you. Maurice Anderson, the workforce is horrible. No such thing as a good job. I know many young 21 to 31 who do nothing but play video games all day when women love go-getters. Bettering yourself, not playing WoW, World of Warcraft, 12 hours a day. Reginald Petaway, Glendon became the Joker. I changed up the game. I got disavowed from the Matrix, and I got out here and I saw all of the stuff I could do as a man thinketh he is. And I began to actually think for the first time in my life. I began to use my mind for the first time in my life. I began to contemplate. I began to ponder. I began to investigate. I began to use my mind, and that delivered me. And this is the thing that, there's some men who've followed this same path, but most men don't know that the game ain't in your favor. The rules are against you. BK from the Rocky, all rules are flexible. Man, I ain't even talking about bending the rules. I'm talking about like the kid in the Matrix. There are no rules. I'm going to give you a classic example of, because I made two transformations. I transformed from a working stiff, average dude, going to job, making money, supporting a family, to a a rebel. I'm like, I would get jobs to get skills and bounce. I became that dude, and I was raised in an environment where you get a job, you keep that job. You don't leave that job. They paying you, they're treating you well. You don't leave that job. So I went all against my programming. I went against my programming, my Southern Baptist programming. I had to take that out of me and throw it away. So I skilled myself up, and I got to some real money. I'm not talking about 30, 40, 50, 60, 70,000, $80,000 a year. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars a year in personal income. Changed my life. This is why I keep saying, make more money. Don't scrimp, don't save. Buy coffee every day if you want to. Make enough money where you can buy coffee every day and put money away for retirement. Don't be like living like El Cheapo. There ain't no way to live. As someone who's died almost twice, I had an illness that pushed me out of the storage auction business, and I recently had a heart attack. Full blockage. So I'm on borrowed time, and I live well. Once you almost die, what becomes very clear to you, because the first time it was like half more fun. So on the second transformation, the first transformation was financial. Big financial. The second transformation was with women. Because like many of you, I was a typical nice guy. I just wanted a girl to be my girl. I just wanted to make love to her. I wanted her to be in my corner. I just wanted one chick. And that was one of the hardest things in the world to do. And then I once again, I made another transformation. Once I hacked the code that chicks want men that other women want. Once I became comfortable with having more than one woman. And like, I know it's like I talk about like, oh, it's easy. That was a journey. I was raised to get you a girlfriend, be in a relationship, be a good dude. I had to throw all that out the window. I gave rid of all that. Currently, I have 5 girlfriends. Currently. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. I see one. Sometimes I see 2 a week. Sometimes I see 3 a week. And that keeps me in the state of where I want to be. This is another personal transformation. Y'all going off in these comments. Jobs, cops, teachers. These jobs aren't going anywhere. I used to go out for jobs to learn stuff I could use for other positions, but never thought of building a business until later in life. I thought of that in that boarding house because I would never fire myself. That's what got me moving. Benny, we're all on borrowed time. Could be. I know I was. Most just don't know it. Engineer life skill. Facts. Being rich means never have to apologize. Great thing about being king is you make the rules. Farley, I thought the first transformation was your physique, but I'm sure that happened. No, I always worked out. I always had a stocky, muscular physique. Now, the first transformation was financial. I went from a working class stiff, an average dude with a job, to a business owner mindset, which is a very hard transformation to make because even when I had a business, we were making hundreds of thousands of dollars. I was still clocking my pay by 40 hours a week. I was like, this, I sit at the desk and like, oh, this is what I made. I was clocking my pay like, and then one day I just like, this is stupid. You don't work 40 hours a week. You got money coming in 7 days a week. This is stupid. And I just stopped doing it. And that was the completion of my transformation from a working class person to a business minded person. It's a two different animals. You don't think the same, you don't walk the same. Man, I'm from Alabama, dude. I'm from Alabama, Reginald. Yeah, people don't let that good job go. I am there. I just quit my job, worked my business while I had a full-time job. Took me 9 years to run my business. Hey, society wants to train men not to be men. Easier to control. Kevin C. Atlanta is fantastic. Jermaine Block, not smart to deal with more than one woman. Most chances. Jermaine, you have a limited mindset. As someone who's dealt with multiple women for going on 2 decades, there was one unwanted pregnancy, but because she trapped me. But other than that, no diseases, no bunch of kids. So, and once again, that's a limited mindset because I'm not going to mess with a woman because I can get her pregnant. You guys have got to understand there's a group of women, they ain't going to ever get pregnant. You could skeet in their ear. You could skeet all up in that coochie. They ain't going to never get pregnant because they on a mission. And that's where I went wrong because I got with a chick who wanted to be a housewife and she lied to me about who she was. Oh, that would have never happened. But don't say it's, if you scared to mess with one woman, more than one woman, just go ahead and say, I'm scared. If you don't have the talent or the abilities, just go ahead and say that. Don't say it ain't wise because Hugh Hefner did it for 6 decades and made money. See, it's a skill set thing. Scott Belvin, black men do not want to be in to die in the 9 to 5 obscurity. They want to stand out, hence part of the unemployment problem. William Johnson, you picked up 3 more gals in a week. Which courses sales to teach that? I got a whole channel that talks about that. Disruptive male. Website and AdSense. Hi, I'm Pakra Chukra from India. I love you. Appreciate it. Now, this is one of the things that I've managed to do. I managed to build a business, make money, and run women concurrently. That's that term they say when you go to jail for multiple crimes. Concurrently. I've been able to do both because it's how you manage your time. It's how you manage your time. And I automated, at one point, I had my stuff automated where I was, my acquisition funnel for women was Craigslist. And it took me like 20 minutes a day to set that up. And I would get 20 leads a week. So that was part of it. Because see, once you, as a man, press upon your greatest assets, which is your ability to think, you can solve a lot of problems. So I solved my problem. I solved my money problem. I solved my companionship problem concurrently. And many of you could do it to get, if you stop trying to be lazy. Polly Robinson, the only issue right now is taking action. You got to take action, man. You got to take action. You got to take action. Hey, Glendon, I'm 30 years old, no kids, single, making 130 at my year. My brother is a trucker, and I want to get into business with him. Which one of your courses should I start with? Just Shady. First of all, you should one get your. You should start with the wealth development course, your money management course. You can go ahead and get that 50% off using money code, and then start with 30 days to 2,500. How much money do you have saved? Just Shady. Red Pill Gladiator. It's a race thing too. I would disagree with that. You on the wrong channel. We don't play victim here. When I changed my economics, I started fucking fine ass white girls. And I never asked one of these white girls, do you date black dudes? Never asked. Just went over there, shot my shot, and got to dip my dang-a-lang. No, we ain't playing the race card. Because, see, as I started off with this live stream, white males are catching hell categorically, suicide rates. And once again, brothers who have been built for this, who used to hardship, if they get on their game, they're doing just fine. It ain't a race thing. Seeing mindset change isn't easy. You find out when you think critically about changing your life. I will say, like with me to go from a working class person to a person with a money mindset, it took a few years. And also with the second transformation, like I was brought up to treat women like princesses. And that just didn't work. I had statistical category evidence that just did not work out the way that I wanted to. And I kept doing it. And I kept hitting my head against the wall. Bam, bam, bam. Then one day, I was like, I'm going to make a change. And I got gangster with it. And my whole sexual companionship thing, it changed. Benny, I'm 45. It's too late to meet women like you. When I lived in Thailand, meeting Thai women was easier than these New Jersey. No, Benny. First of all, go over to Disruptive Male and you can get the Dominant Male course. You can get the dating course and I can hook you up. Jermaine Block. Get out of here with that stuff. You weak. I can't date multiple women. You got that simp mentality. I'm only going to date one woman. I swipe on Tinder all day. If I start working, I wouldn't have time to match with Big Booty Betty. That's funny. Vegios, I'm only happy when I date multiple women. When I settle for one woman, everything always goes sour. My money, my lifestyle, my relationships. Just Shady. I just have around 10,000 saved now because I paid off all my debt. I take home around like 8K a month. All right, Just Shady. What you need to do is trim all the fat out your budget. You got all your debt paid. That's a win. And you want to have, because with making 130, you want to have 50 to 100K saved before you leave your job. That's where you want to be. For you, you making 130, you live by yourself, you're 30 years old, you have no debt. You should be able to do 50K in a year. So you can add another 50K to that 10,000. Fester, nobody wants to work shitty jobs. Absolutely. Why work a crappy job when you don't have to? Uncle G ain't lying. All my girls are Asian. I am not. All females want success and confidence. Fix yourself up first. They jump on your Johnson. Engineering life skills. Gospel. Like, if you didn't know this, there ain't no problem with black men dating white women. And what you've noticed is you're starting to see black men dating fine white women. Like, there are no barriers. The only barriers you have are the ones you put on yourself. If you want to do coding, man. Do coding. Because I can show you Whoa, I can't show that. But that's one. Well, let's see. Well, let me go. All right. That's one. That's two. Because I got some nasty pictures on here and I can't show y'all that. That's three. And I have them all on the schedule. I can show that. For all you guys who like Big Booty Judy. And that's a white girl. Yes. Let me see. Let me see what else. I can't show that. I can't show that. I got them all on here, but I got a lot of pictures I cannot put on YouTube. That's another one. See, one of the things that you can do is once you buy back your time, that's the first step. I don't care what anybody else say. One of the first things you got to do is buy back your time where you are in control of your time and you're able to make money. Yeah, I know guys who pump gas. They don't want to change their. People still pumping gas? The Prince stuff does not work on any knowledgeable woman. They want you to cut the BS and get to the point. Julian Brown, money knocks down barriers. I've been telling you all that for years. Maurice, she's thicker than Tupac. Yes, she is. It is smooth too. Glendon After Dark. Yeah, you ain't getting hot girls with a $10 a dollar job unless you're 18 years old. That's sad. You know, because one of the things is, and one of the premises of this channel is, I tell you to go out and be great, be better than you are today. Go out and make some money because money changes everything. Money changes everything. I don't care what no one want to tell you. They're like, well, money don't make a difference. Money changes the way that you walk. True story. When I used to be in the storage auction business, I had to walk funny because I had stacks on me. $10,000 in $100 bills is that thick. The most I could get on me was 30 grand because it became uncomfortable having that much cash on you. $100 bills, y'all. $100 bills. So I had to wear cargo pants to put the stacks in. Money changes the way you walk, changes the way you talk, changes the way that you are. Money makes a difference. And I've been saying this since 2009. Go out and get yourself some money. As long as women know up front they has other girlfriends if they agree what's the problem. We don't even have those conversations. Because until I say you are my girlfriend, you're my one and only, most women are smart enough to know there are other chicks. I've never even had this conversation. But once again, I date women who know the game. I've done it a few times over the years. The only thing more annoying than being with just one. Hollywood Prep, is there a way to automate these dating apps like Bumble and some of these other dating sites like you did Craigslist? Nope. Bumble has turned to garbage. I was winning like a champ on Bumble, and now I'm using, I'm back to Craigslist. I figured out a way, but it ain't like it used to be. You can't automate these sites because I did really well on Plenty of Fish. Plenty of Fish allows you to put up a robust profile because that's where it begins. And I'm going to tell you the same thing with long form copy on selling a product. Long form ads work better. No, most people are not going to read them. But the people who read them, they get converted like you wouldn't believe. A lot of generations, these younger females selling vagina like crazy. Marvin's Cotton, I'm 33, just out of jail. Families providing room and board and helping run my father's chicken restaurant. Is this cool? What would you suggest after you? I would start a business, man. I'll start a service business. I would also stay with the family business since that's taking care of you and keeping you out of jail. Adrian Light Skill, shoot for $250 a year. Around that point, you will notice attitudes change within yourself. You'll take way less crap from everyone. You leave the girl on red. You start knocking dudes out. For me, and also you gotta look at when you make the money, because I would agree, 250 now is where you want to be, 250 to 500,000. But if you are not in a major metropolitan area and you're like in a little town or a little city, you break out 150, you balling. You balling in Iowa. You balling in Spokane, Washington. You balling in certain parts of California. So you got to know where you are and what your money means and how it all impacts you. But one of the issues that we have is that many men don't understand the game. A lot of men out there working hard, but they don't understand the game. They don't know the new rules, and they're just saying, I'm out. Many men are tapping out. They're like, I'm out. And I could have been one of those dudes. Went through a horrible divorce. My ex-wife was doing crazy stuff. But that boarding house experience, the best part of that was I educated myself. I did not stay static. I educated myself and I reached up for more knowledge. And that's what you guys got to do. I ran into a guy delivering pistols. I felt bad for him, told him about RE deals and some other investments, what he was doing. I saw no, ran away like I called out his name. Couldn't understand. Many men are not prepared to make a lot of money. Yep, Plenty of Fish. You gotta sift through a lot of stuff. You got to sift through a lot of stuff, but many men are not mentally prepared for success. This is one of the reasons that a lot of men got caught behind the 8 ball, because the rules changed, women became empowered, the court systems became unfair, and many men just became overwhelmed. And they just said, deuces, I'm out. You know, if I can't win, I'm not going to play. And that's where many men, I see it with the MGTOW forums all day long. And what they do is, someone starts a MGTOW channel, the more they complain about women and how unfair it is, the more subscribers and views they get, because that's where that community is. The community isn't about empowerment, solution solving, and winning. It ain't about that. Because all they do is just like, man, these women, you know, I can't get a date with a hot woman. They don't even look at me, blah, 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 blah. Loser mindset. Most MGTOW dudes have a loser mindset. I'm tapping out because I can't win. I'm going to take my ball and go home. I'm refusing to play. Loser. That's what we used to call kids who wouldn't play. Losers. And this is one of the issues that's happening. So you got a whole bunch of dudes out here who don't understand. Because see, if they understood the rules of becoming a dominant man, a leader, because once again, if you listen to these MGTOW dudes, they're like, she want me to have money. That is her biological imperative. She is biologically programmed to go for the best dude. If you got a problem with that, take it up with God. That's how they were designed. Well, she want a dude with money. You want a pretty chick. They're designed to get the best male option possible. It is your job to become the best option, not to be a regular dude. I get all these dudes talking about, hey, you got something for regular dudes? No! I don't have nothing for. I'm trying to stop you from being regular. I want you to be exceptional. I want you to be the best version of yourself. Financially, romantically. Man, it's like I'm trying to tell you guys. If you just, and this is the thing, you don't have to change 100%. You just have to change 5 to 20%. And your life will change 100%. Women don't need as much as they did in the past. Many make more than us guys now. Benny, I'm trying to tell you. Mina, my brothers, you're a king, so support you. Lewis Sutton, that's a good point. I started grooming myself better, working out more. Now I'm pulling more women. Absolutely. Improve yourself. A lot of dudes, and I see this with a lot of dudes with these hairstyles that look like a dumpster fire. Just like you look horrible, bro. If you're gonna wear locks, make sure they're groomed and they're neat and they're cool looking and they're sexy. You're gonna wear a fro, make sure it's groomed. These dudes don't have no grooming. They look like trash. And they're like, well, she don't want me. Because you look like trash. You overweight. You fart in the middle of the night. Because you got a bad diet. And you don't exercise. And you like, no. Benny, a tongue of young guys who've never kissed a girl. What? Polandra, 2 years into divorce, investing, getting healthy, and my manpower to make more money. Thanks for the advice of making double, triple the child support bill. That's the key. Because when I was on child support, my goal was to make so much money that it didn't matter versus sitting around and be like, man, I'm on this child support. She's taking all my money. Damn. This is what MGTOW and red pill men do. If you want to become a dominant man, a disruptive man, you find solutions to your problems. All right, my child support's $1,500 per month. I need me a hustle that makes $4,500 per month on top of my job, and keep my mouth and don't tell my ex-wife I'm making more money. Red pill gladiator. Ever since I became a loser, I became a lot richer. You're not as rich as you can be. I can tell you that. Let's see. Edward Anderson, there's a difference between choosing to play by your rules and standards and not the ones that society place on you, aka anti-masculine, choosing to quit altogether. Thank you, Edward, because a lot of dudes are just tapped out because they don't understand these new rules. Because the new rules are still like part of the old rules. Because I'm going to tell you, if you were to walk up to some chick that you found cute and you look good, your fit was good, you look clean, your grooming was on point, and you say, excuse me, I like you, and this is what I have to offer. And you just laid it out like, hey, you don't, I'll get you a house, I'll do blah, blah. You could go up to 5 chicks and one of them will take it. Because these chicks are broke. They out here killing dragons by themselves. They got blood all over their hands. They don't like it. You be like, I'll take some of this stress off you. Part of the recipe of MGTOWs is entitlement. I agree. A lot of folks want the world to benefit them. Once they get these things more equalized, they have an issue. Ollie Brooks, to be fair, leaders of some MGTOW red pill channels, yeah, they making that YouTube money. They definitely got something going on. I follow have things going on for themselves, but their followers commenters are below average, hence MGTOW being a dumpster fire right now. You ain't never lied. Women making more money than men is a narrative, but that's all it is. 50% of the people in this country make less than $33,000. That includes women. There are more women than men who make that kind of money. A lot of people don't have the desire to be number one, let alone the desire to improve, to be great without thirsting for attention, unfortunately. Jerron Johnson, the guy I know who does affiliate marketing, is making a killing. Ian Curtis, listen to this, fellas. Women want providers. If a woman is telling you otherwise, they're lying to you. Absolutely. Kendra Thomas, it's little things women go for. Men don't have to be rich out here. Just be yourself and she will fall for you. You're a romancer. You be romancing these chicks. I like it. A good book is The Way of the Superior Man. Be on your path in life. Go to the dentist. Really important. Make you flush through your flaws. Edward Anderson, funny thing is if you're willing to change your dating market, you will change everything. As someone known as the white girl whisperer, you ain't never lied. It's like I only black chick I can date. She has to be like from California. She has to be one of those California black chicks. She's gonna be slim to medium. She's gonna be sexy. She's gonna have her real hair, and she ain't gonna have this sassy attitude. Hey, engineer life skills. Edward Anderson, unapologetically me first. Hey, when I became selfish is when I came up. I used to be very altruistic. I used to be trying to help everybody, very much community minded. I let all that go. My world changed. Another thing is that the greatest power a man has is choice. If a man can go through numbers and take the reactions of women and bounce back, now they control the process. Absolutely. I had this Edward. I had this conversation with Roger Allen Curry, and I was just like, he said they just can't. They get so butthurt at getting rejected. Allen says Allen. Go to this channel. He'll tell you I get rejected more than I win. But it takes those rejections to get to those wins. Do the sugar daddy protocols work better for young professional women or college students if they already go around the sugar daddy sites? The white girl with the big ass, I got her off a sugar daddy site and I don't have to pay her anything. You tell me. If you got game, you could go on the sugar daddy site and pull a chick. Because, I'll talk about that more on Disruptive Mail. First rule of dating, in my opinion, who messes with you. Don't feel the need to allow a certain group of women to dictate why you should date them for any reason. Amen, amen, amen. You were preaching to the choir. What's up, June? Josh Allen. I've been getting it, jumped into buying real estate, got my first apartment build, got a new job, making 80 kills, still grinding size hard. You a big part. All right, congratulations, Josh Allen. Get that bread, get that bread. Killer B, you can pull women struggling. That's most women. But if you plan on keeping them, you have to be able to provide. Absolutely. Push 555 push. Did you let all the community mindedness go because people were on your level? Uh, People weren't thinking. I was thinking of building a community, and people were out for themselves. You do, Benny. You need to get over it. I've seen two situations where women were dating a guy who were making anything near her. The guys ended up leaving after he had a baby. Hey, it happens. Engineer, I brought that up. I'm running the college campus all the time. I see scores of girls struggling to do basic assignments in liberal arts. Any one of these girls will take you up on your offer. Art Austin, looking like money and confident wordplay will keep your booty rate high. Even when I was broke, I had 3 in rotation. They call it rejection. I call it qualification. I like that. Because, see, one of the things is with these transformations is once you're willing to transform yourself and deal with the bullshit that's going to come with it, because like, my mind is telling me no. You'd be like R. Kelly, your mind will be telling you no. I remember I had this chick in the East Point house, which was the house of transformation. I made probably 75% of my transformation in Jefferson Park, East Point. And she was, giving me head, and she just stopped in the middle of it, and she's like, "Are you seeing other chicks?" And part of me wanted to lie, but another part of me, the gangster, came out and put my hand on the head, and I said, "Of course I am." And I pushed her hand back down on my dang-a-lang, and she went back to work. And I sat there, and I was like, and she spent the night, and she did it again in the morning. And I was like, if I had been myself, I would have messed that up. So I had to transform. So once again, you could get money, you could get women, you can win if you understand the rules. And part of the rules is, as a man, you need to work. I can't be any more clear than that. You need to work. You need to build. You need to be a provider. Because for all you dudes out there who's like, I'm tapping out because I can't win. For every dude, and Art Austin will back me up on this, who stays in the game, there's more chicks for you. How do you think I have 5? Because so many of you guys out there are not stepping up to the plate. Let me tell you what happens with this chick on the sugar daddy site. Because, I'm going to do a sugar daddy course, and I was just talking to her. And one of my first questions is, what do you require? Most of these chicks don't know. So I set up a meeting, and I sexually format her. And she was like, she's a single mother with 3 kids, crazy schedule. Because I control my time, I've been able to meet with her 5 times for lunch. In 2 of those times, we did the horizontal tango. I went and picked her up at a job, brought her back to my house, and dicked her down. Because she ain't getting no attention. But if I had been like, hey, I ain't going to no sugar daddy site, all those chicks want money. She needs attention. She needed time. She needed masculine attention. And I'm like, so you can go on a sugar daddy site and pull a woman. Because they ain't all there for the same reasons. I need to roll up in the Lambo. No, you don't, man. You can pull up in the Honda. A lot of the current thinking folks have what's messing up their situations. Change your thinking, your life will change as well. Absolutely. Art Austin, all facts. Fred Flamer, Glenda, you way too transparent sometimes. Hey, that's one of the things that this reason that people have watched this channel for years is I keep it real. Benny, are you going to be doing this at 60 and 70? I actually thought about that. I feel that I have probably 12 more good fucking years. because I'll be 62, and at that point, I'm going to have to gear it down and probably get me a wife. That's the plan. Because one of the things, and this is something else too, that a lot of these guys that know, if you are not having sex, your ability to have sex diminishes it. It diminishes it. So I'm trying to get all the sex in I can in the next 10 years. Benny, what about dating at work? I went through that phase in my business, and I was like, I wasn't going to date women. And I realized it was like shooting fish in a barrel. Absolutely. Dating work. Just be careful. What's up, Wayne Frazier? Jeffrey Carfagana. If you master sales, even if not the best, you'll never be without money. If you master sales, you'll never be without honey. It's the same thing. What's the product? You're selling yourself. This is part of the sexual formatting I ran on old girl. And she was just like shocked that she did all that stuff on the first meeting. I kissed her, I rubbed on her ass, I grabbed her boob, and I tweaked her nipple. I did that on the first meeting. I did more on the second meeting. I did way more on the third meeting. And I did a lot more on meeting 4 and 5. We ain't even been on an official date. We just been to lunch. So there's a lot that you can do once you understand the rules. Because like I said, a lot of men have tapped out, went MGTOW, went red pill. They spend all their time complaining, and they spend no time solution building, providing solutions, and winning. What's up, James Lewis? Hollywood Prep, what's up? Because, see, the thing is, this is why so many men have opted out the system, which I understand, because the system isn't designed for the average man to win. You will lose all day in this new system as an average man. You need to become the exceptional man. You need to become the dominant man. And the more people who go run the MGTOW, run the red pill, that's going to be the more trim for you. These women out here are starving. They are starving. Starving. And they're easier, to BGS ignore. They're easier than ever to work with. Some of y'all can have a 10 for $200 a month. A 10. You can have all kinds of things going on. Benny, when you're on your path, that's where the confidence generated sitting on your ass playing video games all day long. You're not going to be confident. As a man, you must do something. You must be something. You must build something. Just like a woman's biological DNA prerogative is to find the best male choice, your design is to be a builder, to be a leader, to go out and do some stuff. One of the reasons that, because I've seen these MGTOW videos where like they all worried about Chad, this guy who looks good, gets all the women, they want to be like Chad. What's up, Wayman Brown? Thanks for the $2 super chat. Ollie Brooks, if we aren't out there, they'll be forced to settle for hobosexuals, Pookie, and Ray Ray. And Pookie, hobosexuals, and Ray Ray are winning. They're winning. You know why they're winning? Because they're playing the game. They're playing a low-level game, but they're playing the game. I will see Pookie, Ray Ray, and hobosexuals holler at a chick like, hey, you look good today. And next thing you know, he driving her Honda. He done moved in her condo. He playing PlayStation on her TV. I see this all the time. But you don't want to be Pookie, Ray Ray, or a homosexual. You don't want to live with a woman. You want to have a situation where you can always pay your own bills, and if a woman is living with you, if she departs, nothing changes other than she's no longer there. You don't want to be dependent on her money. No, 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 no. Writing about you, I got more game in my little pinky than you got in your bio. Cause see, that a little assessment. This sounds like a bunch of lames that never got women and finally got money. Now you part in the in crowd playing mind games, talking about knowing the rules. Dude, check my resume, motherfucker. I had women coming over my house doing something strange for years off Craigslist for nothing. Check my resume. All you guys who come in the chat and this is your first time here piping off, shut the fuck up with your mealy mouth asses. You just want a little shine. I'm going to give you a little shine. I'm going to clown your asses. I'm dropping knowledge because you too fucking stupid to accept this from someone who's better than you. You want to act like a little child and say funny shit and play games because you don't know how to be fucking real. I'm giving you the best game, but because you too fucking stupid to accept it, you want to make jokes. I ain't having that shit today. Seeing magic work, attention. Women want it more than they need money. That's why you see many nice guys losing. Seeing, I just gave you an example of pulling a chick on a sugar baby site, not paying her any money, and getting to fuck. But we got this joker here talking about, you got money. See, that's a weak mindset. Weak mindset. I ain't playing with you fools. Because you are brand new. Check my motherfucking resume. I have one. Do you? You just a nameless, faceless coward on the internet who can't even use his real face. That tells me a lot about you. Because those of us who are narcissistic and conceited and successful, we use our real faces. We don't use an avatar because we winning. Message. I don't even watch RSD. What's up, Superwoman? Because, once again, you guys got to understand, the simplest path to success is a straight line, and the straight line is to improve yourself. To improve yourself, to become better a little bit each day, and your whole life will change. Benny, women don't need our money. I would disagree a little bit because essentially, right now, during quote the greatest economic time, we got a lot of people out here catching hell. And one of the things is going back to being a leader, being a dominant man, being a provider. Because right now, I'm not spending any money on any of these chicks. But I met them, and I ran my game on them, and I got them. Once again, for those of you who are paying attention, check my motherfucking resume. I got one online. Google Glendon Cameron. Shit comes up. When I Google you, I don't really see nothing. I wonder why. Because you ain't doing shit. You ain't doing shit with your life. That's the problem. I mean, we got a lot of clowns in the chat today. The Mars have not been this busy in months. Because once again, the game is simple for those who are willing to accept the game. First of all, you're not going to change the nature of a woman. A woman wants a leader, a protector, a provider. This is how she was designed. This is why they're smaller than us. Any of you guys ever take a dance class? You ever notice that the woman automatically follows you? If you lead, they automatically follow you. I remember the first time I took a dance class, and the guy was like, how do we lead the woman? And the girl just went out, she grabbed the girl, and she started dancing. The girl followed her. Women follow leaders naturally. It's part of the grand design. That's why I'm not with the MGTOW. That's not why I'm with the red pill. Whine, whine, bitch, bitch. No solutions. You got these solutions, man. You got to get these solutions. Jane Salmon. Oh, I'm having fun with them because you want to say something slick in the chat. I will make sure you get a lot of attention. It won't be the attention you want. Because, see, this is something else that weak men do all the time. They see someone who's doing something and they try to steal attention with jokes, clowning, slick comments because they can't succeed on their own merits. Alexis, we will resent you if you don't lead no matter how we run our mouth. This is from a woman. Fuck you, Keto Fortnite. I got more game in my little pinky than you got in your whole body, your whole life. So once again, all right. So I'm about to bounce. I'm letting you guys know, for you guys who want to get in the leadership chair, go to Hustlers Kung Fu Life Skills, use the 50% off discount code MONEY, and get the Money Management, the Basics of Wealth Development course in 30 days to 2,500. Those are the two courses that will get you started, because the first course teaches you how to manage your money. Most of America doesn't know how to manage their money. Most of America is trying to live on credit. They make 30, they're trying to live like they make 60 using credit cards and loans. That's not the way that you want to be. You want to stack your money, treat your money like you're running a business, and you only use credit to get assets that produce income. You don't use your personal credit for trips. You don't use your personal credit for cars. You use your personal credit and your business credit to get assets that provide more income. You play the game like that, you're going to win. So once again, you can get this at Hustlers Kung Fu Life Skills, 50% off. Go ahead and grab it, and I will see you.